What is going on, y'all? My name is EK Johnson of the Hoop Coalition, and I am a Houston Rockets fan, as you can see by the hat. And this year, I want to do something a little different. So, after each Rockets game, I'm going to give a brief overview of my thoughts on the game, whether we win by 30, lose by 30, very apropos, whatever. I'm going to be giving my thoughts. So, with that being said, I want to get into it. Obviously, today was the Rockets' road opener against the Orlando Magic, and unfortunately for the Rockets, they ended up losing 116 to 86. Not really much to take away from this game. We understood that there were going to be some growing pains because with Ime Udoka coming in and with some of the new veterans we signed, along with some of the young talent we have, we knew there was going to be a bit of a learning curve, and that's something I'm okay with. However, the one thing I'm not okay with, along with obviously getting embarrassed and beat by 30, is how we lost. I'm okay with some of the defensive discipline not being there yet, because obviously you have to be able to establish camaraderie when communicating on defense, and that's something that we don't have yet because our team is very new, right? Also, offensively, I felt like Fred VanVleet in the first half was very passive. I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that you got guys like Jalen Suggs and Cole Anthony on the other side, Paolo Banchero. The Orlando Magic are a big team overall, right? And we're very small, especially in the backcourt. So in the first half, Fred VanVleet really wasn't looking for a shot because he didn't really have the daylight to get his shot off necessarily. Alperen Sengun was absolutely amazing. He was the best player for us. In the first half, whenever he got single covered, he was able to score on whoever was guarding him, both the Wagner brothers, anybody who was guarding him, Jonathan Isaac, Wendell Carter, anybody who was guarding him, he was able to pretty much take advantage of that matchup. I like Dylan Brooks, especially at the beginning of the third quarter. Him and Fred VanVleet really spurred us on in order to drop that 11-point lead that the Orlando Magic had on us to a 1-point lead. And between Fred VanVleet and Dylan, we ended up going 4 for 5 from 3. And a lot of those looks were because we were able to park Alperen Sengun either at the top of the key or in the middle of the floor right above the nail area. He was able to operate from there and get open shots for them. But the one thing that I did not like and that I can't stand is the fact that we got out-rebounded, and we got out-rebounded 56 to 31. Offensive rebounds, 16 to 7. And points in the paint, 54 to 32. When you're not a very good three-point shooting team, you have to be able to touch the paint efficiently. If you can't touch the paint efficiently, you at least have to be able to keep the other team out of the paint. When you can't do either of those three things, you are going to lose more than you win. And when you do not rebound the ball with intent, if you are not physical enough to pursue the ball when it comes off the rim, whether it be on offense or defense, you are obviously going to get blown off the floor, because if you're giving up so many offensive rebounds, you're just giving more possessions to a professional team who more than likely will be able to capitalize off of those second chance opportunities, because these guys aren't amateurs. Everybody's professionals at this level, and you cannot give any team any second chances, right? And also on the defensive boards, that's just a matter of us not being physical enough up front with the Orlando Magic, in particular tonight, to be able to really compete on that end of the floor. So with that being said, I thought Amen Thompson, his debut, he was a bit jittery. He had a couple of unforced turnovers and things of that nature. I think he'll get better as time goes on. Jalen Green was bad tonight. I think him trying to fit into a role that's more off ball is going to be a bit tough for him, because obviously his first 2 years, he had the ball primarily in his hands. Although that did not lead to any winning, it led to him looking better than I think a lot of people may have given him credit for. And that next step for him is obviously being able to move off the ball and being able to operate off the ball. And also when his shot's not going, he has to be able to affect the game in other ways, playmaking, and also playing good, solid transition and half-court defense as well. I think Jabari was a bit jittery as well. I think his confidence was a bit shot because some of his early shots weren't really able to go down. Also, I think Ime needs to draw up some plays for him at the beginning of the third quarter there was a play where Fred VanVleet and Jabari ended up doing a side pick and roll. Jabari popped. When Jabari popped, Fred was able to draw two. He drew two, kicked it to Şengün. Şengün was able to attack the closeout. He was able to attack the closeout, get the defender on his right hip. He was able to bring two. As he brought two, Bar was able to cut from the slot for a layup. That was probably the best look Bar got all game, and that was the design play for him. I think if we design more plays for Bari in that way, utilizing his strengths, I think he'll be fine. And last but not least, I think Dillon Brooks is going to be an added addition. Defensively in the third quarter when we got back in the game, he was awesome. He also hit, I believe, 3 or 4 threes during that stretch as well, along with Fred VanVleet. And I think those two guys, as they get acclimated to each other, they're going to individually have better efforts. Like I said, just a feel-out game. You know, obviously playing against an Orlando Magic team that, you know, they've been flying under the radar, but a lot of the guys have been there for some time. Jonathan Isaac, you know, thank God he's back to playing basketball, right? Wendell Carter, Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony, Markelle Fultz, right? The Wagner twins, or the Wagner brothers. Obviously, Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year last year. So they got some pieces that have been able to grow together, and they have some camaraderie. So I'm not taking much from this game. It is disappointing to get blown up by 30. Obviously, on opening night, you know, everybody has high hopes for their team, but I think we'll be able to turn it around. I had us winning around 38 games this year, which I think would be good for like a 9th or 10th spot. And I think we played basketball that was indicative of a 38-win team. Mind you, we won 22 last year, so that would be a markedly big improvement for us. But I can't wait to see what we do next. Obviously, next on the schedule, we got the Spurs. We're going to be playing Wembanyama. It is 10:22 right now. He's actually playing right now. I'm about to turn that game on. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Like I said, this is going to be the first of many breakdowns and videos that I do on the Rockets all season. I'm going to try my best to watch every single game and record my live reaction after every single game for you guys. So I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Peace. Take it easy.